Hello, sunshines. Welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host, Heather, known as BunniPhish on all the internets. And today we're going to talk about my crafty goals for 2025. So 2024, I had 16 goals and I finished 10 of them. So as we look at the 2025 list, you're going to notice some repeats, which is fine. Last year did not work out the way I thought it was going to craft-wise. Again, it's fine. But let's talk about what I'm planning to do in 2025. Starting in the upper left-hand corner. So Nikki's blanket, my friend Nikki, her birthday is in March, and she requested a lime and black blanket. So this is something I'm going to have to purchase yarn for, which is fine. So I'm going to pick that up hopefully soon because we're, 2/3 of the way through January and get started on that. I don't know for sure what I want to do pattern-wise. I kind of want to do little squares and put them together. Maybe do like some skull type squares. She's very emo goth and likes the spookies, so like maybe some spiders, maybe, I don't know, just I'm thinking out loud, but I want to start that soon. I want to start it by the beginning of February at the latest. A pair of socks for Mur. She's my best friend, and I made her a pair of socks a while ago, and she seemed like kind of okay about it, but I never saw her wear them and she never talked about them. And then we went on the cruise and I gave her a pair of socks and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited." And she's like, "Oh, handmade socks are the best." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that you liked handmade socks." So then we came back from the cruise and she was hanging out at my house for a couple hours before her boyfriend picked her up. And so I went through my sock drawer with her and gave her several pairs of my socks because they're all in really, really good condition. If you are new here, you don't know, but I have an entire drawer of hand knit socks, and I usually wear the socks, like I wear a pair of socks like 3 or 4 times a year, and then I don't wear them again because I have so many pairs of socks. So I kind of rotate them. So my socks were in really good condition, and I gave her some of the pairs that were less of my favorite for whatever reason. Maybe I'm not into the color anymore. Maybe it's usually I'm not into the color or the pattern anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I really enjoyed when I made them. I just don't find myself reaching for them. So I gave her a bunch. But anyway, since then, she has sent me like several messages this month about how she's wearing my socks and she loves them and they're the best. So I have to make at least one pair of her for her this year. Finish the corner to corner. So this is the fingering weight corner to corner. It's the second fingering weight corner to corner that I am making. It's 3 strands held together. I am making it for my sister's middle kiddo. I started it sometime last year when I finished a different corner to corner early on in the year. So I want that done this year. And then I kind of have a plan for what I'll do with my ends of yarn after that, but that's not what we're talking about, right? Right. My oldest kiddo has requested another pair of fingerless mitts and thigh highs. They want them exactly the same except a different stripe color and black. So I was looking through my stash of yarn, and I am pretty sure that I have enough black from Knit Picks still, because I think I ordered 10 and I have 5 balls left, and I've used some of that black yarn in other projects. So the 5 balls should be plenty. And if not, I can always order another ball of black from Knit Picks. But I was looking through my yarn stash and I have a lot of orange. I don't wear orange. It's not something I gravitate toward. And I have a lot of blue. So I gave green. Yes, I was going to do scrappy green and black or orange that I have a lot of in my stash. And so I gave my kiddo the option. My kiddo picked orange. So that actually works better for me because that orange is just sitting there. And so now I can use it. Whereas like the green, I'm excited to use all the time. Orange is it's my least favorite color. And I know lots of people love orange, and I love that for you. It's just my least favorite color. I don't feel the need to pick it up like ever. The only time I really, really enjoy orange is on autumn leaves. Personal feelings. Cecilia's present. So I've given the kiddos the option to pick their presents again this year. And I'm just waiting to hear back from a couple of the kiddos on what they want. So Cecilia's present, I don't know what that's going to be. If she doesn't answer in the next 10 days, it's going to be a pair of socks. That's what I told them. I was like, you get to pick by the end of January or you get a pair of socks. I want to use up 361 scraps, minis, or skeins. So if something in my stash is fully used up, that counts. That could be a brand new skein of yarn that I purchased for a project. That could be a skein of yarn that I pull out of my stash. That could be minis that were purchased as minis, or that could be like leftovers from my yarn scrap stash, my minis stash of leftovers. This should be easy. I did 400 last year, but I also made a lot of projects last year specifically focused on using up minis. So I brought it down from 400 to 361, kind of because it makes a really pretty grid of 19 by 19. That's how I chose the number. So 361. Mara's present. She hasn't told me what she wants. I want to do 12 inches on a linen stitch blanket. I have a linen stitch blanket. My intent is to give it to my sister's youngest kiddo when she graduates high school. And she is in her junior year now. So I really, really need to put in work on that blanket if I'm going to have it finished in a year and a half. So 12 inches is my goal this year. And then next year, when the deadline is approaching and the ADHD kicks in, it should be really easy to finish the blanket. But I want to put it on 12 inches. Andrew's blanket. So Andrew is my boyfriend, and he made a comment one time about wanting a blanket, and I was given a giant garbage bag full of yarn that someone had gotten from someone else, and it's like acrylic, it's from Kmart brand. Kmart is no longer a store, but whatever. He liked the colors. It's not very, very soft, but he likes it anyway. And so I'm going to make him a blanket that was no cost to me because we just started dating. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I did some math, and if I count the single crochet rows as one, or as half of a row, and the double crochet rows as one row, I'm at 44 rows. I kind of want to take it to 100 rows and see what that is. So I'm about 44% finished right now. So that's pretty good. I don't have a deadline for the blanket. I just work on it when I'm hanging out at his place, and we're like watching movies or something. Just in case I don't feel like working on whatever project I bring with me, or if my hands need a break from whatever project I bring with me, which is usually a sock. Sometimes I need a break. Black and green leggings. Those are the leggings that I'm working on at lunch. They are going pretty well. I'm making good progress on them. I am below the knee, I'm pretty sure, at this point. So they are getting faster because I'm decreasing stitches every third round, 1 or 2 stitches per leg. So it's going faster. I really, really feel like this is super doable to accomplish, and I'm excited for the black and green leggings. Leslie socks, those are socks for my aunt, who is so excited for socks. Apparently, years ago, she mentioned to my mom how she was jealous of the collection of socks that I had made for my mom, and she would like some socks, and my mom never told me. So last year at some point, my sister and my aunt and I were hanging out. I think we were at a farmer's market, and my aunt throws a little bit of shade. She's like, well, I've never gotten any socks. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you would want any. Because I'm not just going to assume that everybody wants socks as presents. So this past year, I made her 2 pairs of socks for Christmas, and I want to, again, gift her 2 pairs of socks for this Christmas. I already have one started. It's the Romantasy sock by Alendria Knits, and then I just have to make another pair. Her favorite color is pink, so this will be a really good way to use up the pinks that I have in my stash. I need to make a present for Karma. That is my sister's oldest kiddo. I want to join another 100 hexies for my oldest kiddo's blanket for graduation, which is, they're a sophomore this year, so like it's still far-ish away, but it's not really that far away. Socks for my sister, socks for my sister's boyfriend, and then 3 blankets for middle school auction. I have donated a blanket every auction for like the past 4 or 5, something like that. I'd like to continue that, especially because I got that garbage bag of yarn. I got it from one of my coworkers. So tentative thoughts is maybe start taking in one skein, because the garbage bag is living in my car. I should just take it into the school, and then like every week maybe make a 12-inch square and do a continuous join as you go method sort of thing, and then use up the rest of the skein in a corner to corner. And I could do that on my lunch break, so a few days of working on the blanket and then a few days of working on the green and black leggings, because I might maybe be getting a little burnt out on that project. Or maybe February I can focus on blanket and then bring back the leggings in March. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just thinking out loud now. But those are my goals. There are other things that I want to make. There are other socks that I want to make. There are my aunt got me a quantity of mohair yarn, and so I want to turn that into a hat, mitten, and shawl set. And I'm kind of thinking of like using heavier yarn for the hat and mitts, and then making the shawl out of a lighter weight yarn just so that it's not quite so hot. So I want to do that. I also want to make a sweater for myself at some point. And though I have a green sweater that is beautiful, but I never ever wear it. It's a $5 in Paris and I never wear it. It's beautiful. The yarn is beautiful. So I want to make it into a different sweater and see if I wear that one more. Because, my tastes have changed since I made that sweater. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the sweater. The sweater is beautiful. And I want to make myself it's a slouchy hat. Why can't I think of what it's called? I can think of what the pattern looks like. It's a free pattern sockhead hat. I want to make myself a sockhead hat. I started it last year, like December-ish. I think I cast it on December 1st. So I want to work on that. And I have a cowl for my sister going that I would like to put work on, maybe finish this year, maybe not. I don't know. So those are thoughts. Those are thoughts of what I would like to accomplish this year. Do you have goals? Do you have plans? Anything going on Crafty this year? I would love, love, love to hear about it. I will try to be better about checking in on my Crafty goals this year. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what life does. But I think these ones are really, really doable. I feel like most of them are smaller and should be. I would really like to black out the bingo board this year. I would really, really like to. So I'm going to try really hard. All right, I will check in with you soon. Bye for now.